Hi, now that we have the basics, we're ready to start talking about macromolecules. Remember, a molecule is made of different kinds of atoms stuck together to form a particular kind of stuff. Macro means big, but molecules are tiny particles made of atoms stuck together. These molecules, the macromolecules, are super important to living things, and the element that makes them possible is carbon. Without carbon, life as we know it would not be possible. In biology, we even have a special word for molecules that have carbon in them. We call them organic. Don't be confused by the use of the word organic at the grocery store where it means something else entirely. Here, it just means something with carbon in it. The reason carbon is so important is that it can form lots of stable bonds with other atoms, both carbon atoms and other kinds of atoms. Atoms have a nucleus with electrons that orbit around it, but as I said in the previous video, orbit doesn't mean move around in a circle. It can mean move around in any number of ways. The nucleus is made of neutrons and protons. Protons have a positive charge, neutrons have no charge, and the electrons have a negative charge. There are two kinds of bonds that atoms form. Ionic bonds are weaker, and they form because positively charged atoms are attracted to negatively charged atoms. Carbon likes to form the other kinds of bonds called covalent bonds. These bonds are much stronger, and they happen when atoms share electrons. Just carbon by itself can form different kinds of stuff depending on how the atoms are arranged. For instance, both graphite and diamonds are made of carbon. A carbon atom can share electrons with up to 4 other atoms, either carbon atoms or other kinds of atoms. When you add all of the other kinds of elements that carbon can bond with, you have an almost mind-boggling diversity. A diversity that is only made possible by the element carbon. Fat, protein, DNA, sugar, and starch are all molecules made possible by carbon, and we'll be talking about them in the next few lessons. Stay awesome, and I'll see you next time.